that guarantee you the best advantage in life. So go on, live your life and dream big with us. Enterprise, your advantage. So First Atlantic Bank has introduced a set of solutions. First of all, a mobile banking application and a short code, *442# for banking transactions. Now, all you have to do is download the First Atlantic Ghana mobile app from the Google Play Store or iOS Store, or you could dial *442# for all of your mobile money transactions, instant fund transfers. You can pay bills with it. You can purchase airtime, data from Airtel, MTN, Glo, and Vodafone, among other things. So welcome to the Purple Experience on mobile. It is safe. It is secure. It's very simple to use. It is First Atlantic Bank, refreshingly different. Now let me tell you a little something about Enterprise. Enterprise life. A little while ago, we could enjoy warm hugs from family and friends, right? We could attend parties and hang out with friends at our favorite pub and even watch a game of football live at the stadium. Do you remember that? Now we're in the new normal. We wear face masks, we use sanitizers, we keep our distance, even in trotros. No matter the season, though, you can be sure that Enterprise Life is here for you. They'll give you solutions that guarantee you the best advantage in life. So go on, live your life, and dream big with Enterprise Life. Download the Enterprise Advantage app today from the Play Store or App Store to sign up for a customized policy or access your statement and more. You could also talk to a life planner or your insurance broker today. Enterprise, your advantage. Okay, let's see what's in the papers this morning.
All right, I'm going to start with the Daily Statesman. Samuel Sarpon's fishy state housing sale reversed. Insensitivity to women and teachers. NPP berates Mahama's choice of anti-feminist Nana as running mate. EC takes steps to prevent overcrowding at registration centers. Oh, that's good, because the registration centers so far have been quite crowded with almost no social distancing and lots of people not wearing masks. What's interesting, Kojo, is that in all my going around and observing of the registration centers, I haven't actually seen any sort of police or military presence or any sort of presence that's sort of enforcing the wearing of masks or the social distancing.
Which is surprising. The police were quite aggressive about it when the EI was passed. In fact, even before the EI was passed, they were, quite eager to arrest people, even those driving alone in their vehicles. So,
well, maybe it's just the ones I've seen, but Maxwell will be joining us a little later, and he's been around the registration center, so maybe he'll be able to let us know if that's actually happening.
Yeah, in fact, you could tell us too if you've seen any police officers enforcing the wearing of masks at any of the registration centers. We'd be happy to hear from you.
Yeah.
So tweet at us, use the hashtag JoySMS, or send us a WhatsApp 0244340437. Where is it happening? Where are the police actually enforcing mask wearing at registration exercises? All right, moving on.
All right, so let's get to the Daily Graphic. Inclusive democracy wins, Professor Pokwajman says of nomination, and EC sticks to voters' registration. So the Director of Elections of the Electoral Commission, Dr. Sribo Kwaku, says they are not going to suspend the elections. They certainly, completion of a new voters register, they would continue because they have an election to conduct. And Kolebu suspends non-emergency surgeries. And also
that includes urgent surgeries.
Yes.
Yeah.
Backpage says work stalls on National Cathedral, and Bosum Children's Assembly distributes oil palm seedlings to farmers.
Now, Kojo, one must review the stories on the front page of the Daily Guide, and one is interested. Yes, must one, and one is interested in one particular headline by one's. Okay, I've run out of things to say with the
one's president's relative.
Thank you very much. On the front page of the Daily Guide, Gabi wades into Domelevo Crow case. Hopefully one has read the post.
One wonders what it's all about.
Well, one should read the post and one might get an idea.
One shall.
Mona faces Supreme Court contempt, and of course the banner headline, Mahama picks Nana for NDC VP. And I'm not going to go into the fact that she went to Wesley Girls. I think I'm just not going to terrorize you guys this morning with that.
I don't know whether we should be grateful. I mean, because we're going to bring it up ourselves at some point.
I'll just wait. I'll be dignified and wait for you to bring it up yourself. On the back page of the Daily Guide, Barca boss slams VAR, the video assistant referee in La Liga, claiming it has favored Real Madrid since football restarted. Interesting. Swansea win excites Dede. Mourinho blasts us. Arsenal still there. Wow. Okay.
They sound like this old uncle I had who would blame everybody else for everything and sit and whinge and moan all day long.
Who are you talking about? Who are you talking about?
I don't know, but the people who made that complaint, are they old?
Which complaint?
The one about the VAR.
Let's move on.
All right. So
I'm just checking. They sound old, are they?
Winston, the final
coach is old actually.
Yes, so are the players. Let's move on.
And the average age of Barcelona now is 30.
Oh,
like Muhammad Ali.
Rope
a dope. Exactly. He was still
a team of coaches. All right, let's go on.
Messi himself is 33. The final says over 2.2 million voters are registered in first 6 days of phase 1. 68.9% used Ghana card, and Mahama picks Professor Nana Opoku-Agyeman, and also on the front page, significant improvement in social distancing at registration center.
All right, on the business and front page of the Business and Financial Times, borders must open with extreme caution. That's according to Professor Korte. Government to reposition manufacturing to lead post-COVID-19 economic revival as 18 companies and 6 individuals win major awards at the 2020 Manufacturing Awards. COVID-19 offers the best opportunity to refine the economy, and the Electoral Commission measures to curb and prevent the spread of COVID-19. And those measures are on page 21. If you are interested, it's the Business and Financial Times.
All right, so the new crusading guide says Mahama swerves NDC, picks Nana Opoku-Agyeman as running mate, but NPP ridicules choice. Okay. Also on the front page, Ghana-China marks 60th anniversary of diplomatic relations and promotes trade between Ghana and international economies. President tells Valentina Minta, a new ICC board executive. So that's it for the new crusading guide.
Okay, my very last paper is the Ghanaian Times. Mahama picks running mate at last. It's Professor Nana Opoku-Agyeman. President Lord's Valentina Minta's ICC appointment. The president hasn't been flown out of the country. Jubilee House dismisses rumor, and parents besiege Accra Girls SHS over COVID-19 scare and demand release of their wards. Maxwell is in the studio with us now. He was covering that yesterday. Yeah. So he'll bring us the details in a few minutes.
Right, so let me get to my final paper, and it's the Spear of the Nation. Umkonto Wesizwe. That's how the Chronicle decides to, put it. I mean, that's the Spear of the Nation.
I get to wait for these days.
So I want to start from Proverbs 14, verse 12.
Hear ye the word of the Lord.
It's interesting. There's a way that seems right to a man, but its end is the way to death.
And the headline? Must one ask?
The Chronicle. At long last, Mahama gets a running mate. So I'm wondering, is this the way that seems right to man?
But the end thereof is the death of the party.
I don't know. I don't know what the Chronicle wants to communicate here. Teachers were harassed under jail. That's according to the NPP. Comes with a photograph of Yalba Abiyansama, and certificate produced from a grave puzzles Sedu Agongo.
Right, then let's do the online review, and it's brought to you by Zenith Bank in your best interest and GOIL Good Energy. And I always get excited about what GOIL is up to, and going cashless has never been this convenient thanks to GOIL. GOIL's e-payment system is now compatible with GH Link, which is a national payment platform. So you can now use your GH Link card on GOIL point of sale machines to purchase fuel. You know what that means. You don't need to rush to the ATM before you go buy your fuel. Alright, so the GH Link card will offer additional payment options for fuel purchases at GOIL stations in addition to the Go card. And every fuel purchased is recorded automatically on your monthly bank statement, helping you track and manage your expenses. So go ahead and use your GH Link card to buy fuel at all lubricants from any of GOIL's over 400 stations across Ghana. Go cashless and protect yourself, and stick to all the COVID-19 protocols in these times. GOIL, good energy. GOIL, Yenara Yenzi. Now, sending money to customers, it used to be complicated, but not anymore, thanks to Vodafone Cash, okay? It's free now when you send 100 Ghana cedis or less. And as you already know, sending money to friends and family on Vodafone Cash has been free since September 2019. It's still free. Yeah, free. Doesn't matter the amount of money or the number of times you're sending. The transfer charge itself is free. So, sending 100 Ghana cedis or less to other networks is still free. Sending money between Vodafone Cash customers, always free. Across Easy and free on Vodafone Cash. So what are you waiting for? Vodafone Cash is the best platform for sending money, and you don't have to worry about charges because it's free. Okay, let's have a gander online. And Mahama does not take Ghanaian electorate seriously. NPP reacts to running mate choice. Okay, she is interested in results rather than thrills. Ablakwa eulogizes Nana Opukwa-Agyeman. Almost every story online is about them. But there is this one. 6 Accra Girls students, teacher and spouse test positive for COVID-19. GES confirms, and we're going to learn a little bit more about that in just a second. We've brought in a ringer, Maxwell Agbagba, to talk us through what's going on. COVID-19 eases in Ghana. I'll take that again. COVID-19 cases in Ghana up by 992. Total reaches 21,077. That's the headline on City Newsroom. So yes, 992 cases.
Did you hear yesterday when the World Health Organization for Africa had said that Ghana is one of the top 10 countries in Africa that are driving the cases up?
Yes.
And I was driving and my heart broke because we went from being commended for the way that we were dealing with the cases and the fact that it took us quite a while to grow to suddenly being top 10 in driving the numbers up. It's absolutely heartbreaking, Kojo, especially as we explore later on today how we seem to be failing in the management and the testing and in everything, really.
So we've gone from being the solution to being the problem.
Yes.
Yeah, it is heartbreaking. CNN.com has this. U.S. is looking at banning TikTok. Pompeo says, I don't know what the problem is with TikTok. I need to read up about this. But other countries have banned it too, right? I believe China, India. Interesting. All right. And on BBC Africa, Ghana opposition picks first female vice presidential candidate. And there's a picture of Prof in a kente scarf, looking very Ghanaian. And also looking quite pensive, finger to the lip, thinking about something philosophical, I'm sure. Or perhaps just wondering when lunch will be. Okay, so let's learn a little bit more about what's happening with these Accra girls students and their teacher and the teacher's spouse. Maxwell Agbagba joins us from the Joy Newsroom because he was there yesterday, right, Max?
Yeah, definitely, could you? I was there yesterday. That was in the morning, yesterday.
Tell me what you learned.
Well, we saw scores of parents gathered in front of the Accra Girls Senior High School. A lot of them wanted to get access to the school premises to take their children away. And from outside, you could see some of the students standing outside, actually gesturing to their parents to come for them because they feel that they've recorded cases of coronavirus and they wanted to leave. Now, what set the apprehension among the students was the fact that, in fact, we are told from our sources that some of the students reported to their parents that they've been seeing ambulances, coming to the school to pick some persons, away, and they were aware of the fact that some of their colleagues were actually isolated at a point.
Right.
Then after the isolation, they saw some ambulances coming for some of them.
Right.
And that set the apprehension amongst them, and then they started making calls to their parents and letting them know. On Sunday evening when I visited, I met a parent who had come for the child. Came for her student mattress, her chobos, and some other things, and then they drove away in a taxi.
With the child?
Yeah, with the child. They drove away with the child, in a taxi. And then yesterday in the morning, scores of them, gathered. The police from Kotobabi and Mamobi had to be called in to prevent them from getting access to the compound. They had interactions with the school authorities, but many of them came out of that meeting quite dissatisfied. Some of them even more, infuriated about the whole situation. A lady I spoke to told me that the school authorities had told her that they had a situation under control. Many of them were also, protesting the communication gap, between the parents and then the teacher, the school authorities, and then the parents. They say that they're on the same WhatsApp platform with the school authorities. So they expect that, I mean, the first time the reports went out, the school authorities would confirm or deny, the reports. But that did not happen. Many of them say they actually tried speaking to the PTA chairman. He wouldn't confirm or deny anything. The school authorities themselves will not also confirm, or deny anything, for them. So a lot of them, stormed the school premises, and they wanted to take their children away. Many of them were very angry.
Okay. Yeah. Well, you see, because yesterday the Ghana Education Service and the Ghana Health Service actually issued a statement, and a statement which says a report of confirmed COVID-19 cases in some senior high school. I'll just read the first two paragraphs. It says, the Ghana Education Service received reports of suspected cases of COVID-19 from some second cycle institutions, including Accra Girls Senior High School. The Ghana Health Service was subsequently notified of the situation as of July 6th, 2020. 6 students, a teacher and a spouse, have been confirmed as positive for COVID-19 in Accra Girls Senior High School. A team of experts from the Ghana Health Service at various levels, led by the national officers and their colleagues from the Ghana Education Service, have been to the school to put in necessary control measures. GES and GHS wish to assure the general public and all parents that in accordance with the laid down protocols on COVID-19 pandemic that have been issued to all schools, the necessary steps have been taken, and the 6 confirmed students, the teacher and spouse, have been taken to a treatment center for further management and are currently doing well. And of course, it also talks about how all contacts, have been identified and separated from non-contacts. Testing of contacts have also started.
Have the surfaces also been isolated?
What?
Sorry?
The surfaces of things, have they also been isolated? Because you
isolated?
See, yes, and I'll explain what I'm saying.
Right.
The statement says that the people who have come into contact with these students have been isolated.
Right.
What I'm asking is that has there been disinfection? Because
right.
these kids have gone into the classroom, they've gone to the dining hall, they've done their place. So in the isolation, did they take that instead? Because we know that the virus, and this virus seems to be so dynamic, we know that this virus can live on surfaces for hours and hours and hours.
Days in some cases, depending on the materials.
So what I want to find out this morning is that has there been disinfection? How many people are going to be tested? And you see, when I hear the necessary steps, it doesn't fill me with confidence, because at the beginning of this conversation, we were told that the necessary steps have been taken, which did not include testing all the students before they came back into the school.
All right.
Okay, so anyway, according to the statement, the school, it says that the school authorities, with the support of the assembly, are in the process of disinfecting.
You have either disinfected or not. It is not the process.
They are in the process, so they haven't done that.
So at the time the statement was being typed, was somebody disinfecting in the
obviously
school?
Maybe they were now ordering there. I mean, what's long and necessary?
So then that's not in the process of disinfecting the
because
school.
This is in the process of disinfecting. What I'm doing now,
which is spraying everybody around you with alcohol. Thank you for that. All right, now I'm going to do this really quickly because we have to go. Now it's shocking. I was bad at maths in school, and in fact, I've not done. There's never been a time in my life I've done more maths than during COVID-19. All right, so I'm going to make an attempt at some statistics. Okay, I'm terrible at this, so if I get it wrong, I'm happy to be corrected by any of you or anybody listening. About 20% of all infected people tend to be symptomatic. 80% are asymptomatic. These 6 students were discovered because they had symptoms. So if we have at least 6 people who are symptomatic, then that is 6 is 20% of 30, right? So you can assume statistically that for these 6 symptomatic students, there might be about 24 asymptomatic students on campus. Right? This is just my rudimentary statistics. I'm happy to be corrected if I've got it wrong. But if there are 24 still on campus with COVID-19, I'm estimated 24 on campus infecting others, how long before somebody who can't survive this gets infected? And how many people would have to fall sick before the Ghana Education Service determines that, okay, this is we've hit our tolerance level, we need to shut down? Why do we not know what the plan is? Why do we not know what the benchmarks are? Why do we not know? If parents knew this, they wouldn't have gone there. Which, by the way, was a mistake, because if your child has COVID-19, they won't give your child to you.
Yeah.
All right, they can't do that. And if your child doesn't have COVID-19, then you have no problem. You don't need to be there.
Yeah.
So really, there was no point the parents going there. But there is a need for communication. Parents need to know what the benchmark is, so that if I hear that 20 people have got it in my child's school, then I know that the school must be shut down for my child's safety. We need to know these things. It ought not be a secret.
I'm going to get the GES on the line this morning so that we have that conversation with them as well.
Thank you for that. Right, time for the BBC, and it follows these messages.